Do you provide any type of booking services? Maybe you have a tour rental. Probably you offer massages or a yoga class. Then appointments are important to you. Being able to book your appointments and allowing customers to select a particular employee, a particular location, or a particular time. So in our last video, we looked at adding services to your hotel booking website. But what if those services require you to book specific appointments? What are some options of how we can do that? That's what we're going to look at in this video. Let's look at some options. So if we take a look at our last video, we added some services to the website. Those included breakfast, car rental, and we added some wedding packages. But in this video, we want to look at adding appointments and specifically massages, or in this case, spa treatment. We added a list of services, different locations, and those locations could be rooms or it could be a specific physical location if you have more than one office space that you work out of. And employees. What does this look like in the backend? If you go to the backend, you will notice that there's an appointment booking option, and in this you could see your bookings. So you could see that I did a test booking and you could see the price, the service that was booked, the employee, the time that was selected. In addition to that, you could see your different settings. So you could decide how often do you want each interval to be, the currency you're using, as well as the type of emails that's going to be sent to that person. So if this is something that you're interested in, you definitely need to stick around. I want to also show you a few options that you can use for booking. I'm going to go through the one MotoPress specifically offers, but if you don't necessarily need a paid plugin, there are some free options I want to share with you. My name is Joshua and I help hospitality providers to make the best out of their online presence. Let's get into the video. If you're looking for a free appointment booking software, one of my recommendations would be the Salon Booking System. This is a free software and it will do most of the things you need right out of the box. You could upgrade to the paid option as well. It starts at $69. Another paid option comes from 𝗪𝗪𝗧. They offer a jet booking plugin. Starts as low as $19 for one website, but if you want to use it on more than one website, it will be about $39, or you could get it as part of a set for $85. Another option that I also would recommend is Amilia. Amilia is excellent for someone that's going to be doing a booking for spa salons, gym, sports, private clinics, almost anything that you're going to need to use where you need it to be specific to the time and day that someone wants to book your appointment. In this video, I'm going to be looking at one of the options that is offered by MotoPress. Let's take a look at that. .com/MotoPress. This will take you to the MotoPress website. If you scroll down, you'll see there's an option here for appointment booking. Now, this is a paid plugin. One of the reasons why I'm using this is because I have a MotoPress membership, and this comes included free. This is something that you may want to consider if you're going to be using more than one of the MotoPress licenses. So for example, I use the WooCommerce option because I utilize a local payment gateway that requires me to have this particular plugin. I also use the payment request feature and a few others. So when I add up all those costs, it made sense for me to subscribe to the membership, which is $249, but I bought it on sale for about $199. Something you can consider if you're going to be using more than one of the plugins. In this case, we can go back. So if we scroll down, click on appointment booking, and we could decide if we want to purchase the single site or unlimited site. I've already purchased and download this. I'm going to go and install it in our test site. So let's go back to the website. We'll come down to plugins. Let's choose add new and upload. I'll drag my plugin into the window and choose install now, and then activate the plugin. You'll now see a new appointment menu showing up. The first thing I want to do is go to settings, and here we could choose the default time step. By default, it's 30 minutes, but let's assume you have appointments that might overlap every 15 minutes. So you could change that to 15 minutes, for example. You could change your default appointment status from pending to confirm. I would like it to be confirmed. Once someone sets an appointment, I would like it to confirm. You could also change your currency. In my case, I'm going to use my local currency, which is Trinidad and Tobago dollars. You have your currency position. Do you want it to be before, after, before with space, after with space? I'll leave mine as before. And then you have things like the decimal separator, the thousand separator, and a number of decimals. I will save this here. You could also set your admin emails and customer emails. Each of these could be customized as necessary. So for example, you could go into the new booking email and you could change the way the email is structured. If you scroll down, you'll see the different booking IDs that you could select from. But I'm going to leave mine as is. The last thing I'm going to do is activate my license. So what you will do is, once you would have purchased the plugin, you would enter the license from your account so that you could get automatic updates. Once you're done doing so, we can continue. The first thing we're going to do is enter our employees. Let's go to employees and we're going to enter a new employee. Here we can select the employee name. I'm going to use an example of Thomas. You will enter a description for the particular employee. I'm going to paste a description for Thomas. On your right, you could enter a featured image for the particular employee. In my case, I'm going to leave it as is and click publish. You can go ahead and add your employees. I'm going to add 2 additional and we'll meet up again. So I finished adding my 3 employees. The next thing I want to do is add my locations. On the menu on the left of the screen below appointments, let's choose locations and let's click add new. Select your locations. If you're working out of one location, then that's fine. You could just choose that location. But in my case, I'm going to enter 2 locations. So the first one, I'm going to call it Port Mall. And if it has a particular location or description, you could add that here. I'm just going to say located in the heart of the capital. And I'm going to choose publish. I'm going to add 1 additional location. The next thing we're going to do is create the schedules for our employees. In the appointment section, let's just choose schedules and then add new. Here we select the employee name and the main location. I'm just going to add a title for my schedule. So I'm going to add a schedule for Thomas first. So I'm just going to say Thomas schedule. I'll select the employee name and you will select the main location this employee work out of. So in this case, I'm going to choose Port Mall. Then I'm going to click add below the timetable. I'm going to select the first day and I'm going to say that Thomas works from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You will notice that in each section there's an interval of 15 minutes. That's because we set that in the settings. If you want that to be a different interval, set it there. But in this case, this works for me. And you have the activity type. Is this working hour, a lunchtime, or a break? So I'm going to leave that as the working hours. And then you could select the location specific to these working hours. And I'm going to choose add. I'm going to assume that Thomas works only on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to choose Wednesday. Select the working hours as is. It automatically populates from the last one. And I'll choose add. And then I will say Friday. But let's assume Thomas closed a little earlier on Friday. And I'm going to say he works up to 1 p.m. on Friday. And then I'll click add. But Thomas needs a break. So I'm going to indicate on Monday, he takes a break from 11 a.m. to 12. We'll notice that is added, and I'm going to do the same thing for Wednesday. Oops, I made an error there. I need to go back and correct that. I should have changed that to lunchtime. So let me just add that first, and I will add lunchtime for Friday as well. but I'm going to say his lunchtime is a little earlier. So we're just going to say he goes for a small break between 10:30 and 11 a.m. and I'm going to click add. In this case, I'm going to delete this one because I have it as working hours, and I'm just going to add that again. We'll choose 11 a.m. and we'll go until 12. Now, do you have any specific days off that Thomas don't work? Then you could add that here. Outside of just leaving it blank, if there's a particular date, then you may want to say that, let's assume that March 10th is Thomas' birthday and he's not going to be working on these 2 days. He's going to take some time with his family. So we could say, you know, between this period, Thomas is not going to be working between that period. In addition to that, you have custom working days. You could decide if there's some specific day that Thomas is looking to do something. Thomas is looking to work outside of his normal working hours, then you could add that there. So you'll do the same thing for the other employees. Once you're finished, you'll click publish. I'm going to go ahead and add some service schedule for the other employees. So I've completed my 3 schedules. Now we could go ahead and enter our services. Let's do that now. So select services and then choose add new. What are the services we want to add? Here is where we're going to decide the type of services we're going to be choosing. I'm going to use an example website so that we could get some reference. So if we go to this website here, it's an Elements massage. They're offering a few different types of massage. We're just going to use this as an example. Of course, you're going to use your specific service, but I'm just going to use these examples that I have here. The first one is a deep tissue massage. And that's the name, and I'm going to grab a little bit of this description regarding this particular massage. As you scroll down, you would indicate the price of the massage. I'm going to just say $150. And the duration of the massage, I'm going to indicate it as half an hour. Do you want to have buffer time before or after? You could decide. Let's assume that you may not have a buffer time before, but you need to clean up after. So let's assume that you're going to set a 30 minutes time to clean up. As you scroll down, you could decide if you want to have a time before booking, but I'm going to leave it as is, and you will then indicate which of the employees perform this particular service. In my case, I'm going to say I'm going to choose all 3 of them. And you could decide if you want to have a featured image for this particular service. I'm going to leave that out. Do you want to add this particular service to a category? You could go and add the service categories, or you could come right here and add it by default. So I'm just going to call these a massage category, and I'm going to choose add. So this will now be added as a new service. But it will be great to add an image for the service so that you could choose this later on. There isn't a specific shortcode for services, but you would be able to add it in the availability calendar. So let's just leave it as is, and we're going to choose publish. I'm going to go ahead and add some additional services, and we'll continue. So we went ahead and added the additional services that we wanted. So we have these list of massages that we've entered. We have the prices, the duration, and the particular employee that offered these particular massages. The next thing we want to do is add the particular booking calendar so that persons could select the services and book them. Let's look at how we could do that. The first thing you need to do is copy the shortcode. So come down to shortcodes. And there's only one shortcode there for now, and which is the appointment form. Just highlight it and we'll copy that. We want to now go to our services page and add this booking appointment. So let's come to the services page. So we're going to go to pages. I'm looking for services. I'm going to edit with Elementor. We scroll down in the section, and let's assume we want to place that here. We're going to replace this section here with that booking, with that short code. Let's look for the widget that says Shortcode. We're going to drag it into the window, and we're going to enter the shortcode here. We could then remove this section here. Now we could add a little styling to our form. If we select the form, we can go to Advanced, and we have an option here that we could adjust the background. And let's add a gradient effect to our background. So we're going to choose the first color as this accent color, and the second color we're just going to, let's just select a lighter variation of that. Okay, that could work. We also could add some padding so that it comes off of the edge a bit. And for now, we're going to work with that. We could remove this Learn Now option. Let's update it, and we could add a heading. Let's just add a heading above there, and we could just say book your massage. Let's make that a little smaller. I'm going to choose the, all right, let's work with that. Let's update it, and let's preview it now. So we could scroll down, and so here we have our booking calendar. So if I look at the example that we did previously, let me just zoom in that, you'll notice this slide in from the right. And to achieve that, we could go back to Advanced, and if we scroll down, you will see they have the option for motion effects, and we could choose the option to fade in, or we could choose fade in right. There you go. Let's update it, and let's go back to the example. If we scroll down, we'll notice how it slides in from the right. So here's where we could now select our service. We could click the drop down arrow and choose the particular service that we're interested in. Let's say I wanted a sports massage, and we could select the location. Let's assume I choose Portmore, and then you will see the employee that is working at that location. If I choose a separate location, you will see those. If you selected a different group of employees to work on a different location, you will see that would change. But let's say I chose Tammy and I choose next. It will then show the dates that this particular employee works. You'll notice Friday and Saturday, it's left out because that employee is not working on that day. Now let's assume I wanted a massage on Friday. If I go back and I choose a separate employee and I click next, choose the location for that employee, you notice that it don't show the other location because Thomas only works at Port Mall. And if I choose next, I notice that there is a date now available for Friday because Thomas works on one of those dates. So let me choose the 19th. When I choose the 19th, it will then give me the different time slots that's available, and I'm going to choose 11 a.m. to 12, and then I could choose confirm. It asks me for my name. I'll just enter my name and email and contact number, and then I could choose submit. And there you go. It says your reservation is confirmed. Thank you. Let's go and check the back end and see how this shows up. So I'll go back to the dashboard. And if we go to appointment and choose bookings, I notice that my appointment now shows up. It says the price, the sports massage, Thomas, and so forth. So what you will notice though, is that you weren't given an option to pay for this booking. The idea is that this booking works with the fact that someone has to come to the place of business to get the particular service and then they pay. If you're looking for another solution that you want to accept payment in advance, then you may want to consider something like 𝗪𝗟𝗡 or some of the others that is configured to take payment. This may be a feature that may come to the appointment booking for MotoPress. This is a very new software. They only came out with this plugin about a few months ago, so they're constantly adding to it, and I can assume it's going to get better. So, is there anything in this video that you found useful? If you did, please choose the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell so when I add more content like this, you will be notified. See you in the next video.